Hello everyone, my name is Cami and welcome to my channel, Cami's Corner. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back on my channel. We do mainly Bath & Body Works and fragrance content with a sprinkle of lifestyle content, but in today's video, we are going to be reviewing the brand new Summerween fragrance from Bath & Body Works called Ice Cream Float. I do tons of one-off reviews. I do have a reviews playlist down in the description below if you're looking for any reviews. I review candles, perfumes, as well as Bath & Body Works, a fragrance mess. But in today's video, like I said, we're going to be reviewing the Ice Cream Float, which is brand new. This is not a repackage, at least to my knowledge. And yeah, I was so excited. I will have reviews of all the Halloween / Summerween fragrances very soon, but I wanted to prioritize this one because this one is new. I'm so excited for this fragrance. I love the packaging. It's like a pastel ice cream little float here with the eyeballs. So cute. On the back, there's a little saying. It says, "Scoop, fizz, scream, satisfy your spooky cravings with a trip to the ghostly sweet shop. Be sure to try the ice cream float." So cute. Love this so much. It has scent notes of fizzing cola, frightful vanilla float, and spooky sugars. If you're new to my one-off reviews, I dedicate a full day's wear test and take very detailed notes with timestamps so I can give you guys the full inside scoop of a fragrance, and I'm always 100% honest with you guys. I am someone who doesn't super care about longevity because we're paying like $4 for these. Yes, they have a retail price of $17.95, but most people don't pay that. So I'm someone who doesn't really expect a ton out of the Bath & Body Works Fine Fragrance Mist, but I know a lot of you guys care about longevity. So at the end, I will rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 for longevity, 1 to 10 for my personal scent preference, and then I will do a little combined 1 to 10 score. You have to remember everyone's noses are different. There's different batches. Fragrances are affected by your body chemistry. So just take my review as something to guide you on whether or not you want to purchase a fragrance. I 100% recommend you to go into store and smell it for yourself. And if you're curious about the specific longevity on your body, just spray it on you, go walk around the mall, and then come back if you want to pick it up, if it's still up to your par for strength. And then also for these reviews, I'm not layering with any kind of moisturizer. If you layer with a moisturizer, if you layer with the exact scent in the moisturizer or just like an unscented one, I'm sure the scent will cling a lot better to your skin. I'm not using like a body wash or anything with it. We're just testing out the Fine Fragrance Mist. So that's kind of my little spiel in my intros I like to share with you guys. But yeah, this one is so cute. And if you want to know how much I spray, I'm not a super over sprayer. If you guys don't know, I work from home. So if it runs out of scent, I just reapply it. But I know that's not the case for everyone. But that's kind of how much I spray. Oh, I cannot handle the scent. This scent is amazing. I can confidently say I have nothing like this in my collection. It is a fizzy cola fragrance and I am obsessed. I will say the name is a little misleading because personally and with my nose, I don't get a ton of the vanilla. I think a lot of people were expecting like kind of just like a hint of vanilla. And I know a lot of people would have been more excited with like a root beer float fragrance. I'm actually kind of excited they went for just like a fizzy soda. I love this fragrance, you guys, and I really need to stock up, and I honestly am going to be getting a body care lotion. I don't know if I'm going to get the body cream or the body lotion because I don't know if it comes with the body lotion or not, or like if they made it or not, but this scent is so unique. I can confidently say I have nothing I could pair this with. So I feel like you definitely need to get the matching moisturizer if that's how you want to wear your fragrance. But let's get into the specifics of the review. I first sprayed this on at 4:45 in the morning. I get up very early to start working. Since I work from home, I can pretty much work whenever I want. So I'm that kind of person that I would rather work from 4 to 12 and then have the rest of the day to do whatever else I want. So that's when I started reviewing this. And I wrote it is a super fizzy cola with about 10 to 15% sweet vanilla. Do not expect this fragrance to be an ice cream float with the ice cream first. Expect the fizzy cola to outweigh the like sweetness, and I think that's just the nature of the fragrance. I don't know how they captured a like pop or a soda. I'm from the Midwest, and here in the Midwest, at least by me, we all say pop, but if you're a soda person, soda. I don't know how they captured that like bubbly, fizzy, like pop smell. It's absolutely crazy to me. The fragrance team at Bath & Body Works are geniuses because to me, in the best way possible, this smells, bear with me for a minute, this smells like a Coke Zero, specifically a Coke Zero that's kind of flat. And I don't know if it's just me, but a Coke Zero is only good for like the first 10 minutes after you open it. And I am a fountain pop girly. I love a crisp Coke Zero from McDonald's, but at home I like a can. Do not even give me a bottle of Coke Zero. I will not touch that. I don't know, something about me. I will not drink like pop out of a bottle. Let me know. Do you prefer fountain pop, pop in a bottle, or a pop can? But we have pop cans at home and the Coke Zero, and you got about like 10 minutes until it kind of like stops fizzing and is flat. And that's what I get, is like a flat Coke Zero. Nothing wrong with that, but it does smell a little fizzy and you get that like bubbliness. I'm also getting like a weird citrus note, which there's not really anything in here that is like citrusy because it's fizzing cola, vanilla, and spooky sugars. But I get like a fizzy flat Coke Zero, which is kind of counter. Like, it doesn't really make sense because like a flat pop is like when there's like no fizz left in it. But they do get like the bubbly fizzing note right. But it smells like a flat Coke Zero in the best way possible. I am obsessed with this. It's absolutely amazing. And I also wrote that I'm getting like a little bit of like a ginger, like peppery kind of note, which might be what's giving it like that citrusy vibe. But I love it. I think it smells exactly like a flat Coke Zero, like I said, in the best way possible. On the first spray, the scent bubble is kind of on the lower side. Like if you're sitting next to me, like at the table or the seat next to me, I feel like you could smell it. But if you're like, I'm in the kitchen and you're in the dining room, you're not going to smell me from that far. So personally, I think it's about a low for the scent projection, but that doesn't bother me at all. Because personally, I wear fragrance for myself. I like myself to smell good. And if other people can smell me, that's a bonus. But personally, I'm fine with a lower scent bubble. And I wrote that it is a lot more bubbly on my skin than in the cap. On my skin, I definitely get more of like that fizzy, bubbly kind of vibe. But on the first spray, I would say it's like not the strongest scent, but I would say it's like a 7.5 out of 10 on the first spray, which is at 4:45 in the morning. And then I wrote that it was kind of missing that ice cream vibe. And yeah, there's like very little vanilla that I detect in this one. I get a little hint of sweet, but it's definitely not a vanilla forward fragrance. Definitely not super gourmand. It's more just like a foodie fragrance because it's like a pop, like a fizzy Coke, you know. It doesn't smell like a sweet, yummy ice cream float, which again, kind of misleading because the name is ice cream float, but like if they were, like I said, just going for a cola, I totally get that. And for me, it hits the nail on the head because it's fantastic. And I've never had a fragrance like this in my collection. And at 6:03, like an hour and 15 minutes later, it was about a 6.5 out of 10. So it went down by like 1 point. Not terrible. And I wrote that on my skin, it was way stronger than on my clothes. Personally, I used to have a lot more luck with the scent lasting longer on my clothes, but for whatever reason, this fragrance like really clung to my skin. So it was like completely gone on my clothes, but on my skin, it was all there, which was really, really nice. And I wrote again at 7:15. So an hour and 15 minutes later, it was like a 5.5 out of 10. And then at 8:15, it was completely gone. So this one lasted around 4 hours almost. So I don't know. I think that's great. I paid like $4.71 for this. So for $4.71, I am in. I have no scent like to compare this to. I've never smelled anything like this in my collection. I think the brand Sniff, SNIF, I think they have like a fizzing cola kind of scent, but I've never smelled that, so I don't have anything to compare. And I know we always say blush cardigan smells like Dr. Pepper, but I feel like this is closer to like an actual soda. Blush cardigan definitely has that like Dr. Pepper vibe, but like this is a soda scent, you know. It was made to be a fizzy cola fragrance, so that's what I'm getting. For the longevity, I would just say that a solid 7 out of 10. I don't know. I think 4 hours for fine fragrance mist is fantastic. And my scent preference, 10 out of 10. Literally 10 out of 10. I'm not even joking, you guys. I love this fragrance so stinking much. And I do also have it in the single wick as well as the 3 wick. And in the candle forms, I do get a little more of a vanilla in the candle, just a slight bit, especially in the 3 wick. I feel like I'm getting a lot more of like a sweet. The single wick is still pretty bubbly, but I'm detecting more of the sweet in the candle form versus the body care. Now, I will talk about the elephant in the room. It's supposed to be an ice cream float. They do have the list of vanilla, so I get people's disappointment with this not being like a creamy ice cream float. But personally, I think it's better that it's just a fizzy cola note. But that's my opinion. So 7 out of 10 for longevity, 10 out of 10 for scent preference, 10 out of 10 for uniqueness. And I think that's probably why I like it so much, is because it's something different. A lot of the times for Bath & Body Works, we see a lot of the same one note kind of fragrance. We got a fruit fragrance. We got a slightly floral, fresh fragrance. You know, you kind of see the same thing over and over again. Repackages. But this is something new. So I'm so excited about it. I would say overall, this is an 8.5 out of 10. I do wish it lasted just a little bit longer, but 4 hours for something that costs under $5, I think is fantastic. So that is all for the review from me. I'm obsessed with this fragrance. Please go give it a smell. I do understand that this probably is not for everyone, and not everyone wants to smell like a fizzy cola, but I love it. I think it's fantastic. A little confusing why they did this for like the Halloween collection. Like this would have been fun with like Firecracker Pop and like a soda for like a summertime kind of collection, but that's okay. I think the packaging is really cute. It's unique, and we probably won't see theming like this again. And honestly, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think they'll bring this one back again. So if you want it for the collection, I recommend getting it, because we all thought that Candy Apple Cauldron was coming back in body care, and it didn't. It only came out in like the home care goodies. So if you're wanting ice cream float, I definitely recommend getting it as soon as possible, because that is amazing in my opinion. But that is all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know, what are your thoughts on this fragrance? I feel like this is definitely going to be a fragrance you either love or you hate, or you're disappointed in this fragrance. Let a girl know in the comments below. And if you like seeing my face at Bath & Body Works fragrance or lifestyle content, make sure you consider hitting that subscribe button, because it's free to you. Helps me out so very much, and you guys can always change your mind later. Thanks again, you guys, for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!